Welcome to my series about all Chopin's music. Today we listen to a beautiful song without words, but written as a song. This prelude in B flat major, opus 28, number 21, is truly like a song. And I think we all hear it from the very beginning. We can say it's a nocturne, but it's a little bit too short for nocturne. And it definitely could be a song written by some very fine poetry, because it is not a song only about one thing, not only about love. I mean, it can be about love, but it contains the inner message which is about many other things, many other aspects. It's a very deep music with a lot of text. So the poetry for this would have to be very special. Why a song? Because we have the melody. Well, we have a lot of melodies everywhere, but this is written especially as if Chopin was thinking about the singer. Let's take a look. The soprano. Breath. With a beautiful vibrato. Breath. And then she ends here, and the pianist comes in and if you know songs by Schumann, Schubert, later Brahms and Wolf and many composers, you know what I'm talking about. There is a piano part and there is a solo part, and usually the pianist has also something to say. It's not a pure accompaniment like in nocturnes. It is much more, just like here. But this is not the end. It was just part A. So we had a beautiful, one of the most beautiful melodies that Chopin wrote. He put it here in the prelude. But the accompaniment itself is very challenging for a pianist. It is written only for the left hand in this part A, but it's written as if it should be played with two hands, because we have two voices. And this is very interesting because these voices are going in a separate directions. I will show you the opposite directions, opposite directions. And now I show you. This is the left hand, and it's even if you're not a musician, you will see. This is one note. Now we have two notes and they are close to each other. Here they are a little more far, a little farther. Here even farther, and here even farther, right? So this means they are, they met together and now everybody is going into his own direction. Bye bye, and they leave, right? And it's like that all the time. All the time. So, how will it sound for two hands? Because what is the challenge here? The true challenge is a legato. It's extremely hard to play legato left hand. It's very uncomfortable. And two voices. And another thing, every voice in left hand has its own dynamic. Because the upper voice goes up, lower voice goes down. So lower voice has a diminuendo, upper voice has a crescendo. It's easy to do with two hands. later it's a little easier because they both have diminuendo. But still, the legato and beautiful singing, we are bound to play the left hand as if it's a pianist, and a good pianist. So, of course, the pianist who plays with the singer, the pianist wants to play as beautifully as she is singing. He wants to impress her. And I think maybe this prelude is a little bit about that, a little bit about how to impress the singer. Maybe the pianist is in love with the singer. As we know, Chopin experienced exactly this feeling because his first love was an opera singer, and of course they played together. Of course he was accompanying her, and of course he was in love with her. Almost like a story from Chopin's life. And I would like to stick with this because it makes sense musically. Of course, my goal and my idea is to make analysis of pure music, but because I'm not doing this only for musicians, but also for amateurs, music lovers, people who never listened to Chopin in their life before. I deeply try not to use very complicated musical terms. Instead, I'm trying to find some connections with the nature, with human life. And what's better than love? So let's sink into love. Can you hear these two voices in the piano part? From now on, we call the piano part and the singer part. We are in the rehearsal where I'm a pianist and there is an imaginary, extremely beautiful singer, so beautiful that I hardly can concentrate. That's how beautiful she is, and that's how beautiful she sings. And my passion towards her is growing, and during this piece will grow. Okay, that's such a beautiful fantasy. Oh my God, very inspiring. Anyway, I play for you now the piano part, where I will play the right hand part in upper register and the left hand in the lower register, so that we can hear how it sounds, how it is constructed. Maybe a little bit too high. Sorry, one octave lower. It's so beautiful. This is only left hand part. Really. Only the left hand part. That's how beautiful the accompaniment is. So the pianist also can sing, right? This is like in this painting, we have this is a true leather. It's a true one, right? It's not a fake. And on this leather there is a painting, and we have even the background, and this is even the mountain, snowy mountain. There is a snow. I don't know if you can see, maybe not. A lot of details, and this is beautiful. Also, now we can see that Chopin was also a great painter, because even in this prelude, even the background is full of details, beautiful details. How does it sound together? And now you are together with me in my beautiful rehearsal. We will hear the singer, and I will play the left hand as me. I play the piano and I try to impress her. Everything ends with my solo. solo. And now suddenly we have forte. And here there can be a few interpretations. One interpretation is, I mean, definitely the song goes more passionate, much more passionate. We have forte. But is it really a song? Is it really a singer? I mean, is it really she? Because we have three voices here. 1, 2, 3. And the accompaniment is simple. It's just like in nocturnes. It doesn't really have any message. So this makes me think that here, in our rehearsal, I have a solo. Now I play and she is listening to me. And I got so hot, so excited and passionate that I can't control myself. And I just play, and with my music, I tell her how passionately I'm in love with her. Just listen to this. And then what happens next? It's exactly the same phrase, echo, piano pianissimo. What is the meaning? In my story, probably I got shy. I was like, I just like now, I can't understand why I lost control. Maybe she got scared by my passion. Maybe she was afraid, frightened, or maybe I'm now embarrassed, and I'm so sorry that I immediately got so hot and so passionate with my love. So this is also me, but extremely shy, saying sorry, or maybe trying to impress her with my piano, because maybe the forte didn't impress her. She's not that kind of girl, you know. So now I try to impress her with my soft touch. It's the same melody, okay? And what happens now? Now there is again the solo part. And we expect the beginning. But it will not be like that. She starts to sing the first two notes from part A. This is part A, we can say, but a little different. Let's listen to her part. More. And she ends here, because then I will come with a climax, with an ecstasy. Here she gets hot. I mean, maybe she liked this soft touch of me, of the pianist, and she tried to sing now that she loves me as well. And she got more and more excited. And then I reached the musical ecstasy with this forte fortissimo. Let's listen to this. Before, excuse me, one important thing. In the left hand, this time, we will have only one note, the same note. F. F. Like Frederick from Chopin, you know, Frederick. Anyway, F. So maybe this is an autobiographical work, who knows. Anyway, just a joke. But this note will not change, even when it will not suit the harmony, because it will happen that we will have a second between she and he. A second, which it's not in tune. In music, we have the musical term describing this note when there is only one note all the time, the same. I don't know about English, you can tell me, but in Polish, the name is the pedal note. Maybe in English as well. Because the name comes from organ. In organ, we play the bass. So we play like one note. Johann Sebastian Bach was using it many times. So here Chopin is inspired by Bach. Of course, in Preludes, of course. He decided to use the pedal note, which has a symbol of stability, because it's one bass all the time. Listen to this now. Here. More. Now the pianist. Here an end, right? This is almost the end. Now we will only have the coda. This is very special. This going down is not simple, just simply go down. It is very, like this, the plant, there is a plant that is just doing like this, or like a snake. Anyway, very, very unusual. We have a duet, but this is not a duet of singers. It's a duet between the pianist and the singer. Let's listen to this. Excuse me. And she answers. And he. And she answers. Almost the end, and here we have some very interesting pianistic technique, I would say. In the right hand, I have a chord that contains 4 different notes. 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Chopin writes an accent in the middle voice. That means, and not every pianist can actually do it, that while using 4 different fingers, this, and this, only one finger, the middle one, has to play deeply, and the other delicately. Can you imagine how hard it is? It's really hard. Different touch in the same time. Only then we can bring out one voice in the chord, like this. 4 voices, but we hear which one? The middle one, not the top. Now it's the top. Sometimes, unfortunately, we hear performances like this. But this is, of course, wrong. It says in the score, Chopin wrote. So, now the pianist approaches her, comes closer to her. And then everything ends with 2 notes that creates an interval. What kind of interval? A second going down. And again the same technique. The middle voice must be much louder than the others. So it is also not an easy piece to play, even if it looks like, even if it seems like. Okay, now let's enjoy this beautiful rehearsal with a singer and this fantastic poem written for the piano. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. There are only 3 left, only 3, and we are done with all the preludes. The time flies so fast. Thank you for watching, and see you again. Bye bye.